What's going on, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Fishing with Flair. Today I'm doing a little vlog in this morning. I'm heading out fishing. It is a Tuesday today, and not going to go to school today. Going to go do some fishing. Right now it's 5:24 a.m. Leaving the house, going to go pick up the boat. Going to be going alone today up until I think later this morning. One of my friends might come and join me out on the lake, but for the first couple hours I'm going to be by myself at the lake, so I'm going lone wolf on this operation. But it should be a good day. It's really cold. It's like 40 degrees right now. I'm gonna be wearing like snow pants and like a winter jacket, but you never know. This time of year, you know, they're starting to spawn, so we'll see if we can find some shallow. Hoping to catch some topwater this morning, and overall just have a good time. And it'll be better than going to school. So I'll get back to you once we get the boat. Alright guys, just picked up the boat. We're ready to do some fishing. Alright guys, just pulling up to the lake here. And it looks like I am the first boat here. No one else has showed up yet. It's a Tuesday. Most people probably have work or school. But hopefully we catch some. It looks like the wind's not blowing too hard yet. I don't think it's really supposed to get all that windy. Let's see, it's 6:13. Woke up at 4:30, getting here around 6:15. Be fishing by 6:30. Hopefully we can catch a decent amount today. I'm hoping hopefully I can find them spawning or something. Hopefully they're not the water hasn't cooled off too much. It's been a little chilly the last few days, but we'll see what happens. Two. The black and blue new tech crazy jig. Okay, solid two. Not a bad fish. Start the day. Another one. Oh, god dang. Right as I was boat flipping him. Top of the mouth. It's a little male. bass number 4 landed. I think I've had 5 on. Might be a female. Good day, boys. Go. Swimming that jig, top of the mouth. She ate it too. Oh yeah, how pale she is. Fishing the dirty water, the black and blue new tech. Real pale females. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. They're spawning back here. I saw that one come out and get it. Hopefully my camera did too. That was pretty sweet. I believe that's like number 7 of the day. Not quite as pale as the other one. Solid 2-pounder though. Nice fish. The new tech Blitz crazy jig, black and blue with the gambler. It's got the little easy swim bait on the back. Thing's all torn up. It's about fried, but things have been killing them. Black and blue in the dirty water is definitely key. How's it going, guys? Just got off the lake and just wanted to do kind of a breakdown of what I did today. Right now it's 12:35, so I was out on the water for roughly 5 hours or so. I started off the day throwing a topwater Livingston Lures Pro Sizzle topwater. It's like a spook bait. Got one swirl on it first cast, and then just couldn't get any hookups. So I just switched over to a new tech Blitz crazy jig with a gambler little easy swim bait in black and blue color, both the trailer and the skirt. And I think I ended up catching a couple on that somewhat early. I think I caught like 2 back-to-back and then caught a 3rd one, and then didn't catch any for a little while, and then ran up to the far north end of the lake, which you guys have heard me talk about that a lot, is the north end of the lake, since it's usually the warmest. And it was kind of a creek, and I've never been to where I went today. I've been to that lake over 50 times easily in the last 1.5 to 2 years, and I've never went as far north as I did today. And I tried to find the warmest water, which I really didn't. The north end didn't have the warmest water. It was real muddy. But I think I ended up popping the first one on a jig. It was just a new tech Pro Series jig. And I was flipping and pitching, and then I kind of went parallel to the bank, and I was swimming, and I got bit, and I saw him hit right in front of me. And so I was thinking maybe they're spawning up there, even though it's real dirty, so I'm not gonna be able to sight fish them. But what I'll have to do is parallel the banks and throw real shallow. And then I grabbed my chatterbait and caught a couple more, and then kind of died off. And I kind of ran around the lake a whole bunch and try to figure out if there's any other places to go. If I would have stayed in that creek, I probably could have caught a handful more. I think I ended up with like 8 or 9 today. But sometimes when I go fishing, I think a lot of people think, I guess I look at it from a tournament angler's perspective, is when when people think I go out fishing, or you go out fishing, you try to catch the most amount of fish possible. And to be honest, that doesn't do you any good, especially in a tournament situation, because tournaments, it's the top 5 fish. If you catch 5 bass or catch 50 bass, and the person that caught those 5 bass had a 25-pound bag and you had a 15-pound bag, I mean, you got smoked, and you caught 10 times so many fish, so what? And that's how I have to look at fishing. So I went to this lake, and I ended up catching a handful of them, just around the rocks, around the jetties, up north, whatever, but couldn't find any big ones. So then most people, if I was fishing with someone or trying to have someone catch fish, then I probably would have stayed. But me being a tournament angler, wanting to find the biggest fish, I ran around the lake and left fish to find fish, which I know is a rule you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to break, but sometimes you just gotta learn, and you gotta figure out why sometimes even if you find them, I know a lot of guys talk about eliminating water. They talk about, you know, don't go find productive water, find unproductive water and then cross that off the map and then go try something new. Sometimes even when you go find the good water, the water that produces fish, sometimes you have to leave it and go find the water to eliminate, if that makes any sense. You guys are probably thinking I'm crazy right now, but the reason why I say this is because you have to find why. Why are they north? Why are they in that creek? Why are they in muddy water when there's perfectly clean, clear water on the south end of the lake? Why are they close to the reeds? And why did they go out deep at this time? You have to be able to figure out why. Just because you found them doesn't mean anything. You need to be able to figure out why, because if you can figure out why, then you can replicate it for when you go to that lake the next time, the next year, a different lake, a tournament on a different lake this time of year, next year. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, you have to ask yourself why. No fish catch is an accidental fish catch. I know Mike Iaconelli talks about that a lot. Is no fish catch is an accidental fish catch. You don't accidentally catch them. You need to figure out why. Right after I catch my first fish of the day, I figure out why. Do I think there's more? Do I think that was just a random? Do I think that he hit it out of reaction? Do I think he ate it because he was hungry? You gotta answer all those questions. And I know I'm talking about a whole bunch of stuff right now. There's nothing better to do because I'm driving home and it's a half-an-hour drive. But maybe that kind of opened some of your guys' eyes, because I feel like a lot of people just go out and try to catch some fish, which is always fun. I love doing that. And I probably could have caught 3 times the amount of fish I did today if I would have just stayed in the one spot and kept throwing the chatterbait. And then simple things as, like I said, just because you find what bait they're biting on doesn't mean there's not a bait that they're not biting on better. What you have to think about is, if you're not getting bit on every single cast, technically there's a potential that you should be throwing a different lure. That's not realistic, because obviously there's not a lure out there that'll get bit every cast every day. But that's how my mindset is just because I'm catching one every 20-25 minutes on a chatterbait doesn't mean I couldn't be catching one every 5 minutes on a spinnerbait. And so, like I said, just because you're catching numbers doesn't mean you shouldn't try different lures. Even after I caught those handful on chatterbaits, I picked up a spinnerbait and threw that for 2 hours because I was just making sure that they were on the chatterbait bite and not a spinnerbait bite, because just the way the conditions were, I figured they might bite a spinnerbait a little better. But I'm kind of rambling on. Hopefully you guys, whoever's still watching this, have learned something. So basically what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to leave fish to find fish. This is not in a tournament situation. This is just like fun fishing, just trying to teach yourself the lake, learn the lake, all that good stuff. Don't be afraid to leave the fish. Go find fish and figure out why you've been catching those fish and why they're biting this, so-and-so lure. Like today was the chatterbait. Why were they biting the chatterbait? Why wouldn't they bite a swim jig? Why wouldn't they bite a spinnerbait? Why wouldn't they bite a frog? You gotta eliminate, you gotta ask yourself those questions and figure out the answer so you can replicate it for next time. It's all about next time and the next tournament and all that stuff. You can win one tournament now, but if you can't replicate it throughout the rest of the season, it does you no good. So I'm gonna be done talking. Hopefully whoever's still watching this part learned a little bit. Hopefully you enjoyed the footage of the fish catches. I sure did have a lot of fun. I was by myself, first time this year by myself fishing. To be honest, I actually like it better fishing by myself. I feel like I can concentrate better. I can go where I want to go. I can put the boat in places that I want to put it. Don't have to worry about other people not being happy because they didn't catch fish. I can kind of do whatever I want. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the footage, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Message me on Kick, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I got all that stuff, website. So feel free to message me, and thanks for watching.